be Commander Gayle giving you the update on OPDEM.
Good morning, Jamaica ministers, colleagues in the room. By way of impact assessment, as of November 12, Hurricane Melissa remains widespread and deeply felt across our island. We have confirmed some 45 fatalities. 9 cases are still under investigation. 13 persons have been reported missing. Our thoughts remain with their families through this difficult time. The agricultural sector has sustained some severe losses, including damage to crops, livestock, poultry, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries continues to align interventions to support recovery and food security options. Through combined efforts of the OPDEM and our partner agencies, more than 90,000 care packages have been issued and over 570,000 hot meals distributed to affected communities. The JDF is now maintaining 2 national Melissa relief warehouses for the OPDEM with parish operational hubs in St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, Kingston, St. James. Other hubs will be set up in Trelawney, Westmoreland, and Hanover over the next 48 hours. The JDF also maintains some 22 disaster relief outposts and has completed some 207 flights to sustain air and ground logistics during the continued operations. Today, some 22 communities across St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and Trelawney will be serviced. With an 88% rate of confidence, recent geospatial and radar-based analytics indicate an upward trend in the number of confirmed structures impacted as the assessment moves eastward. To date, approximately 960,000 buildings have been assessed. Of this total, some 191,000 buildings, or about 20% of those assessed, have sustained damage ranging from minor to severe. Within the subset, 146,000 structures, represent some 15% of those assessed, have experienced major to severe structural damage. These include cases of extensive or roof or wall loss, and in some instances, total collapse. In the parishes of Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, St. James, and Hanover, they continue to record the highest concentrations of damage, consistent with the storm's trajectory and the wind field data recorded during landfall. It is estimated that some 90,000 households and some 360 persons were directly impacted in these reports. The preliminary spatial data map shows dense clusters of destruction along the coastal and low-lying areas, particularly those in the agricultural and residential zones where flooding and storm surges have compounded wind-related impacts. Structural damage patterns also suggest significant variation between parishes, with western parishes generally facing the brunt of the effects. The findings from the assessments are now being used to inform the national framework for recovery, including the prioritization of shelter, targeted material support, and the establishment of safe housing zones. Further validation exercises are currently ongoing to refine these figures as field teams extend their coverage into central and eastern parishes over the coming weeks. The National Works Agency has reopened most of our major roadways, with clearance efforts continuing in the most affected parishes. 229 roadways are currently restricted to single-lane access only, with some 33 roads remaining blocked. The JPS has now restored power to approximately 64% of its customer base, while the National Water Commission has restored supplies to in excess of 70% of its customers. Our telecom providers have been able to restore close to 60% of their network. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security continues to coordinate the shelter management and social support, while the Ministry of Health and Wellness has expanded emergency care through mobile clinics, field hospitals, mobile pharmacy care clinics. The Fire Brigade remains active in water distribution to hospitals and shelters and search and rescue operations on land where necessary. On the matter of donation and financial contributions, the national recovery effort continues to be strengthened by the extraordinary generosity of individuals, organizations, and partners both here and abroad. To date, over some 15,000 donors have contributed a total amount of over 540 million Jamaican dollars to the government's official disaster relief platform. These donations reflect the deep compassion and unity of the Jamaican people, the private sector, the diaspora, and the international donor community. Our church and faith-based groups continue to play an invaluable role in the recovery efforts as they have undertaken large-scale distribution of food, clothing, and care packages across multiple parishes, ensuring helps reach those in the most vulnerable communities. In closing, the scale of Hurricane Melissa's devastation has tested our resilience, but it has also revealed our unity, compassion, and strength. I want to thank the Jamaican people, particularly those in the most affected areas, for their patience, understanding, as the OPDEM continues to coordinate the national relief efforts through all ministries, departments, agencies, and our partners. We recognize the challenges in many communities are facing, and we assure you that every arm of government, alongside our local and international partners, are working tirelessly to get the assistance to those most needed. Your cooperation and calm during this difficult time will strengthen our ability to respond effectively together. Thank you, and God bless Jamaica.